Here we are at the midway point, near the midway point on the walk again. And it's extra majestic. I can see up ahead that the clouds like on this mountain path itself. I don't know if it comes through, but usually the clouds aren't this thick or this low. It's really a thick, rainy bit of cloud up there today. Like I'm not here. It's really cloudy and rainy up here. The thing about this walk that's really interesting is that I didn't realize how steep it was until I drove my car here. And my car was going, it was struggling. My car was doing its version of panting like I am now. I mean, this is exactly like Dagobah. I mean, can't you just see Yoda running through the woods? Sorry, Luke running through these woods with Yoda on his back. Yoda aged a lot, rapidly. Because when Yoda, in the prequels, Yoda's pretty young. And by the time Luke becomes a Jedi, Yoda dies. That's a pretty short life, because you think about it, I mean, Luke is born at the end of episode 3, and by 3 episodes later, he's dead. Yeah, we're in a cloud. This is also the area where the monkeys live. I mean, monkeys live all over Japan. I mean, I'm a monkey, I'm a primate. I live here. Monkeys really live here. Some irrigation project. It's lovely. It's the curvy road, the long and winding road that we just came up. What I do is I walk up this path until I get to the traffic mirror, this orange mirror, and I look at myself and I say, okay, time to go back down. Wow, this is like incredible today. Look at how foggy that is. Here comes a K van. There's only 3 families that live up at the top of this mountain, so they know what they're dealing with. The gaijin with the phone is passing. It's just, this is incredible today. Look at that. Huh? Looks like we're going to heaven. Those are green tea plants, bushes up there. Wow, we're in a cloud. It's like an airplane. Yeah. And this is the, when I look down and I see a low forming cloud on the mountain, it's this. Oh, you can just see it. Look at that. This microclimate So it makes or gives these green tea bushes their preciousness. When I lived in New York City, way back 3 years ago, I had a landlord who was a anesthesiologist, one of the highest paid professions in Western medicine. She owned a building. I lived in the garden apartment because I always wanted a place with a backyard. The thing about garden apartments is they have no light. But this anesthesiologist, making conservatively $500,000 a year, conservatively $300,000 a year. Look at that. This is the true midway point. So the anesthesiologist that owned the building who I paid rent to, paid her, what, $2,000 a month? No. 3,000 USD? 3,000 a month. Rent for about 500 square feet, 600 square feet. That wasn't the problem though. That's what I'm bellyaching about. The thing that she used to do is she would go to work at 6 o'clock in the morning, not a problem. But she would lock her bike to my bedroom window's gate. So every morning at 6 o'clock, you would hear the rumbling and the clanking of a New York City bike lock being unlocked and wrapped around the post of a expensive yet slightly camouflaged New York City bike. Her pedaling away every morning. We had a little courtyard out front, so she could easily, wow, look at that. She could easily have locked her bike across the courtyard, not against my window, like next to my bed with 1 foot separating us. Every morning. I'm going back down the mountain now. Returned. I've not returned, I've made the halfway point. Those are the types of things that float into my head when I'm taking these daily walks. My landlord back in New York City locking her bike to my bedroom window every single morning. And that powerless feeling of late stage capitalism. These are the traffic mirrors in Japan, because often you have blind corners like this. So when you're coming up this way, you can look up here to see who's coming that way. And we're going this way. Going back down the mountain. The rain's holding off a little bit. I really don't care if it rains. Got a lot of work to do today. Every time I've taken this walk, which is a few hundred times, I've never run into another human being taking this walk. Some people think it's because of the wild monkeys. Some people, I don't know anybody up here. Some people, people, I think because of the wild monkeys. The wild monkeys are usually cool. Like, I can recognize their sound. These are all bird sounds behind us at the moment, and rain sounds. But the wild monkey, I can hear him coming. These are the things that happen when you speciate. You return to your roots. Speciate is one of my favorite Japanese words. It's not Japanese words. It's a word that I learned in Japan. It's when an animal becomes its own species. It's when some animal digresses from the pack, the flock, the group, and becomes its own species. Speciation. Becoming feral. That'd be a good name for Will Ferrell's book, Becoming Feral. That's a good one. Someone get Will Ferrell on the phone for me. Hey, Will. Yeah. We got Martin on the phone. Martin who? Martin. I don't know. It just goes by Martin pretty much. Okay. What's he want? He's got a book idea. No, I'm not interested. No, a book idea for you. Do I know this guy? No. How do we know him? He just called. How'd he get my number? I don't know, on the internet. Okay. Hey, Will, it's me, Martin. What's going on? Do I know you? No. No, Will, you don't know me. I'm a black guy, live in Japan. I used to live in New York City. Tallish, average height, average middle of my life kind of thing. I got an idea, Will. Book idea. All right, Martin, you got my attention. Becoming Feral, the Will Ferrell story. I like the sound of that. We're gonna fly you in. What kind of pizza do you like? Ben's of Soho, Joe's, but from the real place on 6th Avenue, not the one on 14th Street, or Nino's on 110th, 3rd Avenue in East Harlem, or of course Patsy's, but only the Patsy's uptown as well, or Lombardi's, but not too many toppings. It's beginning to rain out here. I'll get those pizzas ready for you, Martin, all right? Okay, Will. Becoming Feral, we got a deal here, right? Yeah? Yeah, we got a deal. Just get up to Narita. There'll be a ticket. There'll be a guy standing there with your name on it. Okay. Any jokes, Will? No, just get out of the rain. Stay safe, okay? I'll see you up here. Becoming Feral, right? Yeah, that's it, Will. Anyway, it's looking like this right now. Japan is a safety rail free area. I mean, this is quite a drop off. And from the road, there is no guardrail. There's a tree to stop you probably. I always figure that if I go off the road, what I need to do is, I need to wear my seatbelt. Because I've thought this through. If the car goes off a road like that, I figure it may end up upside down. And if I'm wearing the seatbelt, it'll keep me from falling up. That's my life book. That's my biography. Falling Up, the Martin story. From how I got to the top of the middle, the Martin story. But I feel like wearing the seatbelt so that it will keep me from falling into the roof, which will then be the floor, right? Wow, look at that. You can see the clouds just floating in. Let's just take a second just to suck that in. Just pushing it a little bit. I gotta keep on walking. I never walked until I moved here. It's just so pretty that I feel obliged to walk. It feels like a crime not to take this all in. This is really the area where the monkeys are. We're coming back down the mountain. Is that a monkey? Oh, that's a K car. No, I did not mistake a K car for a monkey. Oh, hi. K is a class of vehicle here in Japan. It's a lightweight vehicle called a K. K-E-I-K. K. Okay. K car. That's a K truck. So there's K cars, K trucks, K microbuses. These ferns. Look at those roots. I'm going to show you one last thing, and then I'm going to get back to my own personal thoughts. Not that these are not all my personal thoughts, of course, but the ones that I'm not going to broadcast to the world. You smell me thinking? Right around this corner, it's one of the smallest shrines. You might miss it. It's gonna look pretty with all this rain. There's a lot of shrines all over Japan. Some of them are super modest, like this guy. Someone did something. Someone saw a god, or thought of a god, or became a god, or maybe this just was invented on its own. Maybe this spontaneously arose from the surrounding environment. Maybe someone went to the home center and got things. But it's been here for a while. It takes a while for that kind of mold and lichen to grow. It's mysterious round stones. Yen offerings. And it's just tucked here, side of the mountain here. Down there is where I live. Before I go, I'll show you one last thing. Bear trap. Gates open. You know the gate's closed. Looks like we got that invisible bear we've been after, boys. Until next time, I'll be here in Japan. Goodbye, friend. Got that invisible bear! Invisible bear!